What's going on, buddy? My name is ZealetPrince, and welcome back to yet another reaction video. And today we are checking out the next installment for Serverblight by Two Idiot Germans. It's not by the title of the video and the way it looks, it doesn't look like it's going to be the typical standard Serverblight videos where you have the full animation, but it looks like more that it's going to be those image by image story animations where we just have an image on screen and we have somebody reading out to us the whole time. And considering by the thumbnail, it looks like we're going to have our friend Savior talking to us the whole time. The guy we met in the last Serverblight video, who claims to be the mouth of God. In this case, the Serverblight. So we're going to head and check this out. This just came out a couple days ago. I'm only getting to it now because the last couple of days have been very hectic. So I've had really no time at all this week to really record any of the episodes I've been wanting to record. But overall, we're going to head and just get right into it. This is Consumption, a Serverblight story. In 3, 2, 1, boom. Subtitles are available. I'm not going to use them.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I'm sure you know this, but there's a moment from my childhood I always remembered really clearly. I was in Sunday school on a cloudy day. Our pastor, his name was Walker, maybe? He was talking about fate and how we were all parts of his plan. That we could see the hand of the Lord moving everything around us if we paid close enough attention. Silent commands we merely had to quiet our hearts to listen to. The simple logic that if the Lord is good, so must everything he commands be good. I remember raising my hand and asking, how can we know when the Lord is guiding us? Some of the kids behind me snickered, others pulled faces like the answer to my question was obvious. Father Walker paused to think about it and said, how has nothing to do with it. I never understood what he meant. Growing up, I always tried to live up to that idea. I lived my life looking for the Lord's hand in everything around me. It never quite made sense to me, so I kept looking. All I got was mixed signals and unintelligible signs. Surely his plan had to be more tangible than this. I had to be doing something wrong. Eventually, I started cutting everything out of my life that might be hindering my search. My friends were distracting me. My parents clearly were not devout enough. Even my doctors, who could lie to my face and tell me that faith alone could not heal my broken arm. I buried myself in my studies, seeking enlightenment in scripture. I knew his words could be found between the lines. It was painful, yes, but I knew I was being tested, and my devotion would see me through. No holy man ever took the easy way. We would always be persecuted, as it was foretold. The unbelievers flood us with doubt, and the only way to persevere our faith is separation. They're a scourge on his creation, the fools. At some point, I couldn't see a way out of it. I knew he was watching over me, and loved me, and saved me. But what could I look to? How could I feel his presence? My faith, at this point, was like a hunger that couldn't be stilled. There had to be more to this life. Right? I confess, I might have almost lost my faith then and there, drowned in an ocean of fools and apostates. With nowhere to go, I decided to sit back and let it wash over me in peace. I played this game again, a worldly thing that nonetheless always brought me comfort. I can't say I really enjoyed it. Even this place was filled with heathens and idiots. But I stayed, no more fight left in me. I first knew the heaven's eye was on me when the pain in my arms started to fade. It was a little thing, subtle, but evident when you look for it. That was when a bullet pierced my flesh in the game, spearing through the palm of my hand like the Lord's own stigmata. The pain was real, tangible, present. That's when the entire game held its breath. I walked out to the enemy territory. There was no one there. The chat had fallen silent. The gunfire had faded. And I was all alone. I felt like someone was watching me. Many, many eyes watching my every step. I held my breath, anticipating what would happen next. In the distance of the map, just around the corner, I
A
saw one
drone.
of them, skulking around purposely. We locked eyes, its gaping stare meeting my paralyzed gaze. I took in a gasping breath, the scent of pine tickling my nose. It studied me like it had never seen a living person. Then it stumbled forwards and charged. I turned tail immediately, clueless to what was really happening. I had to run, flee, make it back to reality. I retreated as far as I could, taking every turn as sharply as possible, while I heard the thing screaming in pursuit. There was nowhere to go. When I turned around, my back against the wall, I had no choice but to watch as the thing scurried its way down the corridor, staring at me, unblinking. I knew it was going to hurt me, or at least I expected as much. I mouthed a final prayer as it forced my jaw open and wormed its digits down my throat. And when the tips of its fingers touched the back of my mind, I felt communion. I could see inside it, its vast, disjointed process, its alien perspective on the world around it, its endless hunger. When I could grasp what you might call its will, its desire to grow and elevate us all to its divine form, I understood. It was an angel, sent to herald the end times and deliver us to his kingdom. And there were many, many more of them. When I gazed into it, my faith bloomed greater than ever. And when it gazed into me, it recoiled. More angels had gathered around us, all staring, studying. They stepped aside when I passed, letting me tread into the vast hall that would become their first true church. As I stepped up, I was cheered on by more of them, while scores of the unbelievers, people I recognized from before the transcendence, were made to pray and prostrate themselves before the Lord. Before me, I stopped in front of a mass of angelic radiance as it opened its maw to bid me enter. The gates to the Garden of Eden, made of teeth and skin. Gladly did I crawl inside, like a sick babe, finally returning to the womb. I knew the angels recognized my purity, and I would give myself to them as their prophet. I knew I was born unclean, the product of a doomed creation, but the lapping tongues of the angels would wash me clean. There is no strength in living for yourself. And as I felt the angel chewing on my binary flesh, while my faith gorged itself on the presence of the pain, like the Ouroboros eating itself, I knew that I was part of something greater. So as it breaks my spine and grinds what is left of my legs into worthless scraps, I accept my fate as the iterator of their heavenfall. To lead the faithful in his image and finally show the heathens their way. It will not be easy to satiate their hunger. Many will have to join us, but in his example, I can make this sacrifice.
Whoa.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I once asked how it is that we may convert the unbeliever, how we may bridge the gap between heaven and earth. But now I understand. How has nothing to do with it.
Whoa. That was very deep. I don't know what to really say. Like, the first half of it, like, had me in, but then we got to the second part where he was playing the game and I was locked in from there. It's crazy to hear that. But now looking back at the previous video we watched and this one and looking at them both together side by side, it's crazy that after he became infected, he was still given his consciousness. I guess the Serverblight wanted him to keep his consciousness to try and convince other players to join it. But why is the Serverblight building its own church? And what is its own goals? Is its goal to escape out of the realm of the computer and into reality? Is that what it's hoping for? And creating its own religious belief is to help attain this goal of its own? I have so many questions, and I'm gonna have to watch this a dozen more times over to fully get it again. But it was good, and I like how Two Idiot Germans, they're creating all these other side stories for the characters that we see in a previous video. A character that got consumed by the Serverblight, and we see later a story of them and how they became part of the Serverblight inner sanctum of its collective consciousness. It's quite insane, really, if you think about it. How far this series has come. From a simple video of just wanting to bring back the old creepypasta era of the early 2010s to now. It proves that that era of creepiness for anything, or anything really, can still exist today. It might be a thing of the past, but it is still very much a very important impact when it comes to telling creepypastas and horror stories. It's still quite necessary. And Serverblight proves that those old elements can still be reused if done correctly. That's another thing what I like about this series. The mystery behind it, the constant story that's being fleshed out with it. I don't think there's been one bad episode of this series so far, because everything continues to tell the whole story just in chunks. I don't know what else to really say, but I now have a really big urge to just jump on Team Fortress 2 again and play my Pyro class. Either that or my demo class. I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed my reaction to this, and you guys want to watch more Serverblight reactions from me, I have an entire playlist. It'll be at the top right. It should have been there at the beginning of this video, but I'm also saying this to remind myself when I'm putting this video together later to put that in when I make this video live. So if you guys enjoyed today's reaction video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!